of currency monopoly. So back in the olden days, we'd hear how people would go to the doctor and they didn't have enough money to pay, so they'd bring chickens. I mean, if businesses want to deal in chickens as currency and customers want to pay in chickens, that's fine with me. You know, if we can get enough libertarians elected, we can go to a non-monopolistic money system. Thank you.
I'm so excited.
Hey.
But I'm all about homestead life and bartering.
Yes.
Keep it to yourselves. We're on this new, I'm a new libertarian myself. I'm I've been memeing you to death, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
In fact, everybody in my family.
In fact, do you mind if I interrupt you for 1 minute? Because you made a great point. When we were on our bus tour, we would have what we call VIPs, where people would make a larger donation and come and get to see the bus, come inside the bus, and get the whole Rockstar tour, right? Well, I had one of the VIPs who made a nice donation. He came on and he said, "Yeah, my friend just kept putting up meme after meme after meme of you on Facebook, and I finally started reading them, and here I am donating to your party." So yes, it works. Just annoy the friends to death.
You, by the way, are the first party I've ever donated.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So the key to winning, annoy your friends to death. Yes.
My question is to you: would you consider continuing this momentum and running again in 2024?
Well, I don't know if I'll run in 2024, but I'm not going away. In fact, 4 days after the election, I'm actually flying out to Texas to do something with Matt Kibbe at some Texas state convention. I don't know what it is. I just said yes. They gave me a plane ticket and I said yes. New Jersey has me going out in January and I'm going to the LNC in December. And just a couple days ago, I asked, my social media person if she would stay on. So we've got to keep the momentum going, whether it's for me or whoever else.
Hey, Dr. Jorgensen. My name is John Mazza. I'm a small business owner in Greensboro. And I just wanted to take a second to say that I know it's been very, very difficult over the last few months on the campaign trail. I know people say a lot of nasty things and stuff, but I'm very, very thankful for you, and I want to speak for everybody here that we all love you very, very, very much.
Oh, thank you.
We are all so very incredibly proud of you, and I don't think words will ever express that. I just want to say
thank
that.
you. Thanks. And can I just add, words will never express, just the thanks for giving me this opportunity. It was a lot more work than I thought it would be, but it was also a lot more fun than I thought it would be. So thank you.
I just want to say one thing. Joe, I'm 24 years old, and I literally just got out of college, and this is my first time voting. And I've never met somebody that I would rather vote for than you.
Thank you.
My dad is a doctor. He's a family doctor in insurance. Are kids here? Yeah, there are. So, you know how insurance hoses people.
Yep.
Yep. And I believe that the country right now is run by insurance for the insurance, ran by the fucking top people. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Okay, no, finish.
I didn't mean to say that. I'm so sorry. But that's so get hosed by the insurance companies. And my dad literally is like what you were saying earlier, everybody was saying earlier, that trying to get the MRI machine.
Yeah.
Everything. He was like, exactly.
Yeah.
And he was literally like, whatever it takes to fill up your gas tank, I'll see you. And if you can't afford that, I will see you for free. Like, it doesn't matter.
Thanks. campaign.
And I believe that you could, like, the way you think is the way we all are. It's the way you need to be.
And can I mention, you made a very good point about the insurance companies. A lot of people don't know that the insurance companies were major donors to Obama and the whole Obamacare thing. So, and notice when they would talk about healthcare, they'd say 45 million people without healthcare, and then all of a sudden in the same sentence, healthcare would magically turn into the word insurance. Two different things.
We got time for 3 more questions. That is it. All right?
Hi, Dr. Jorgensen.
Hey.
Welcome. We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for coming. My question is based on a real-world scenario. Recently, with the IMF coming out and announcing a possible Bretton Woods movement coming up with digital currency. We've had the Fed chairman mention this a couple of times, and the U.S. breaking in on that. Concerning invalidating or getting rid of the Fed after August. And it may be going back to the question that the young man was asking about with the tips and wages and barter system and things like that. But how would you or the libertarian movement see the transition of that phase if we should have another Bretton Woods type of movement and within our country itself? And how does liberty reign free on that? And what do we do in a globalization world?
Yeah, well, yes, and I didn't hear quite all of it because of the mask, but yes, IMF, of course, we want to get out of those world organizations, but and I do realize we can't just immediately tomorrow end the Fed. We'd have a big hole everything would collapse into. So my promise has been to ask Ron Paul for his recommendation of who should lead the Fed as we change over, and I'll listen to
Hey, my name is Grant Hall. I'm a new voter. I'm 18 years old, and I'm a Newtown. So my question is, we're at a brewery, right now?
Yep.
And people like me, distillery, okay. And people like me that are 18 want to get a drink. So do you think that we should change the age back to 18, or how do you feel about that?
Thank you for asking about that, because I usually find a way to bring this up anyway. One of the problems with going to the federal government for help, whether it's education, whether it's healthcare, whether it's your highways, is they always put stipulations. Now, I don't know if you realize this, but back in the olden days when I was in college, I went to school in Texas, the drinking age was only 18, and I was actually a bartender in college. So, but what happened was taxpayers sent all their money to the federal government, and the federal government put strings on them. And Elizabeth Dole, in the 90s, was a transportation secretary, and she basically held our money hostage and said, you cannot have your highway funds unless you raise the drinking age to 21. Now, whether the drinking age is 18, 19, 20, 21, I think that should not be a federal issue. I think that should be a state issue, and I would start loosening things up so that the 9th and 10th Amendments can come back into play.
Thank you very much for coming by, Joe Jorgensen. I can't express enough how grateful I am for you to come over here today. My name is Zion Elijah Smith. I own a small LLC in Rockingham County. Not to solicit, but I mainly work on free software and helping websites and small businesses and whatnot. My question to you is what is your recommendation for the Libertarian Party or any libertarians in government to stop people from treading on our rights in regards to encryption, in regards to net neutrality, in regards to a lot of things where people are getting their information from the internet and they're starting to censor or slow down anything else, primarily even with SEO, on resources that the people need. And last thing, if I could get a picture for you, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. I think we have time for pictures. Did you have to close with a technology question? I was hoping for a question on the environment. But I know, here's the thing about net neutrality. Anytime there's a law that says it's neutral or it's fair. It's going to be anything but. So we've got, fair trade laws, which to me, anything that's a fair trade is between the buyer and the seller, not a third party like a congressman who gets bribes from other people from telling other people what is fair to them. So, and same thing with net neutrality. I'm against those laws because, again, anytime there's something nice sounding in there, there's a catch. But we need to treat, theft as a criminal issue. And we need, unfortunately, we've gone so far with when you sign things away, there are so many pages, nobody reads it. It would be nice to return to where, through tort reform, where we can have short things where if you're giving away your information and when you're not. And again, I'm still hoping that the free market is going to say, hey, Facebook's been using that information that you didn't know. Come to us. We're not going to do that. So I'm still going to put my faith in the free market over any bureaucrat in Washington. So thanks.
Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break for some interviews and whatnot. And we thank you so much for coming. Still stick around because we're going to present her with an award here shortly. Just a thank you gift. And so in about 20 minutes, come back. Just mingle, get a drink, tip your bartender, go get some food, whatever you want to do. But we have about 30 minutes left.
And can I add?
And she wants to add something.
I'll be happy to take selfies with you guys, but there are so many people, it really needs to be a selfie and have your camera ready. And I think I can get to everybody.
Yes. So give us about 20 minutes for some interviews. And thank you, Joe. And we'll see you here real shortly. And thank you, Joe.